Well, lads, how y'all doing? And welcome back to the Boosh channel. Yes, listen, before you say anything, shut up, please. I don't want to hear, okay? Listen, I'm gonna get tired and sick of having to make apologies, having to say how sorry I am because I didn't decide to upload. Listen, I really just don't give a shit, right? I really don't give a shit about this channel and about you guys. Of course I give a shit. Come on, right? I can't be consistent all the time. Especially the fact that I still haven't gotten myself back into making videos as a schedule yet. But, I mean, listen, to be fully honest, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that, ladies and gentlemen. And I might go over it in this video. I might not. I might go over it in another video. But for a very, very small, brief rundown. Good news. I did get most of the videos done. I know. Give myself a little pat in the back for that one. Obviously not all of them. So that's why this channel isn't active. Bosherbosh isn't active, and all them other channels aren't active. But listen, I was doing a project in the background, right? A pretty big one, right? You guys know about esports, and you know about content management and all that kind of stuff, right? Basically, recently in the background, I've been wanting to make a talent agency, right, and also an esports, because it's just something that I'm interested in. So that's kind of where all my time has been recently, kind of siphoned into trying to set stuff up for that. But at the very second as of the recording of this video on the 20th of March, 2026, so far, it's kind of set up. I need to do the content side of things, so, you know, if any of you have any interest in that or, you know, want to know more or something like that, I'm sure I can do a whole video explaining what the hell I'm doing. But, you know, you can let me know in the comments. But listen, that's what's taking up most of my time. But in today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to be chatting about is something that I experienced quite a little bit in the past, like, you know, in the past year or two. And especially something that a lot of people in their life experience. It's a very common thing. Every single person has experienced this, ladies and gentlemen. And that is saying goodbye is hard, right? That is just how it is, right? Saying goodbye is hard. That could really mean, it could be for a lot of things, right? It could be for, obviously, you know, a loved one dying, you know, rest in peace, grandma. You know, it could be leaving somewhere, you know, you could be, I don't know, you could be at fucking Chuck E. Cheese's whenever you're 12, you know, and then you gotta leave there, you know, it's pretty hard to say goodbye to that, right? For me, I've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese because I'm Irish, and there's not really much options for that around here. Supermax is probably the closest thing to that, and, you know, there's not really much other choices for that. But why do I want to chat about this today, right? And not to sound like I'm some fucking corny little shithead, right, or some fucking, you know, one of them kind of people, right? The only reason is because of the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, recently it's been hard for me to say goodbye, right? But in a good way, right? It's a good way, right? No one's died, thankfully, right? Not yet. Give me another 2 years, I'd say. I might make a video on death at some point, you know, predicting that. But yeah. But this is kind of from my point of view, right? Have you ever felt that you love somebody so much, right? Or that you've liked being around somebody so much, right? That whenever it's time for you to leave or time for you to part ways, you know, to go back to what you're doing or to go back home, for example, it's just really fucking hard, right? It's like something kind of like grabs you, you know, by your throat or by your chest. And I feel like, and it just makes it really, really hard, right? You know, for example, right? I'm going to give you, and this is from my own experience, right? For example, you know, I was over beating my very beautiful girlfriend. I know, listen, be jealous. I know, listen, all the ladies and men who were hoping that I was single, you're going to have to wait in line, unfortunately, you know. Yeah, I mean, unless you got a cash offer. But yeah, listen, she's over in England and all that stuff, and I'm obviously in Ireland, so I have to travel over to her. But yeah, whenever I go over, right, whenever I go over to meet my girlfriend, I go over there to spend a week or two, you know. We have a blast, we go to these places, we do this, we do that, you know, all together. And whenever it comes to that fateful moment, a lot of you might completely know exactly what I'm on about for, you know, if you're in a relationship which is like overseas or, you know, far enough distance, which is whenever it comes to leave them, then it's just, it's so fucking, it shouldn't be difficult. It should not be difficult. For example, right, in my head, whenever it's coming up to that time, I'm thinking, no, I'm not gonna whine, I'm not gonna cry, it's just gonna be like, oh, I'll see you next time, bye, love you so much, bye, I'll see you next time. No, I fucking wish, right? whenever it comes to the time, whenever I have to leave my girlfriend and hit the train, then holy shit, it's so bad. It's really, really bad. It's like my throat clenches, my fucking I just feel like my body's just like not agreeing, right? And then the waterworks will start, right? Listen, clearly I don't know about you, right? But clearly I like the woman, right? And it's just, I think the reason is because of the fact that I've enjoyed myself being around her so much, and I've just enjoyed myself chatting with her the whole time. And I know now, it's kind of like the thought that now I'm going to go back, I'm going to have to go back to work and all this kind of stuff, and there just won't be that kind of spark or that light there, you know? And that is one thing that she does bring, you know. Obviously, whenever I'm chatting to her, that's kind of one thing, you know. There's, you know, she brings a smile to my face, no matter if she's fucking cheeky, you know, no matter how fucking rude she is to me. She obviously is nice, it's not that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what I look forward to, you know. And she matches my energy, so I think that's kind of why it's so hard, because I feel like, not to sound corny as fuck, you know, I'm saying this again, you know, not to sound corny, but I feel like she makes me fully complete, right? I know, listen, type in the angry comment section, type your angry comment in the comment section, type in the little fucking thing saying, Boosh, you're so fucking cringe, man, you should fucking go hang yourself, you stupid fuck. Shut the fuck up, right? Listen, I don't care, right? Listen, it's just what I'm saying, right? But it just feels wrong having to say goodbye, right? And it isn't just in relationship sense, right? For example, right? If your mother died, right? Same thing. You've loved your mother your whole life. Of course, it's gonna be really hard saying goodbye, going to that funeral, all that kind of stuff, right? But it's the same kind of feeling you get with the attachment of something, somewhere, or someone that you love. It's just the same thing. It's really hard to say goodbye. And that's just kind of how I find some stuff, right? For example, now, if I had to say goodbye to my friends, I would feel nothing, right? Not to be some dickhead, right? But I just don't feel anything, right? I'll just be like, all right, I'll see you around, right? And I could go without chatting to them for, I would say, a full year. And we would probably, if I met them again, back to full conversation, I feel. But that I don't find hard. But this kind of stuff here, it's so difficult. And even, you know, it was really hard. You know, I would say it's really hard for some of you as well to realize the fact that I haven't uploaded a single video in the past 2-3 months. You know, that must be really hard to say goodbye as well, you know. So I'm kind of really sorry the stress that I've caused some of you. But I mean, listen, that's kind of what I wanted to say. You know, that's kind of what I wanted to chat about today. I want you to tell me your experiences and whatever, I don't really care. Just tell me your experiences in the comments, what your thoughts are and stuff like that. For the people that made it this far, just type in the comments something like, oh my god, I can't believe he said that, and then make sure to like timestamp a random part in the video. I think that'll be really funny for the people that decided not to watch. So, you know, do that for me and that'll be brilliant. But listen, my name is Boosh, and thank you very much, and